Welcome to Neurofield Basics. My name is Dr. Nicholas Dogres, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Neurofield Incorporated. Today we're going to talk about the use of the X3000 and pulsed electromagnetic protocols for both the brain and the body. EMF is what we started with Neurofield long before we introduced the Z3 or Genesis cranial electric modality. It has a lot of uses and a lot of things that I think people should be aware of. So with that said, we're sharing my screen right now and going into Neurofield 64. EMF can be used on the brain and the body as long as it's low enough intensity. It can be extremely healing and helpful. One of the things that we found over the years was that pulse electromagnetic stimulation at low levels increases blood flow and reduces inflammation naturally. At high levels, it can create heat, and that can be destructive. And so it's very important that the level is low. Neurofield output at its maximum is 50 microtesla, which is equivalent to what the planet actually creates on a daily basis. So we're matching what the planet puts out there. And there's been studies showing that, just grounding yourself, putting your feet in the dirt every day can be very healing for people. Great book called Earthing that I would suggest that you read. It talks about the very same thing. The Neurofield system contains a number of protocols that you can use for EMF only type of stimulation. So I enabled 2 EMF units here and go into it. And in the next database, you're going to see some EMF stuff here. And we're going to be going through databases later on here. But one of the things about EMF is that, again, you can drop any of these. These are experimental protocols. You can take any one of these protocols, put it over that portion of the body, and produce a kind of like this anti-inflammatory effect. It makes sense. If you stimulate cells at a low level and it's not overwhelming for the body, you're going to increase blood flow. Increased blood flow will bring nutrients and oxygen into the region. It will also cause capillary dilation, and it will remove dead cells from the region. They fall into the bloodstream and become free radicals and are eliminated by the system. So by virtue of using EMF, it can be used as kind of a cleanup device. Now, if you load the Nogier database here, you'll see there's a number of protocols that can be used on the body. One of my favorites here is the gastrointestinal and metabolic low B. This one has a great impact on the belly and can help to increase absorption, which is incredibly important when you're thinking about people that have poor absorption and don't get the right kind of fuel to the brain. Can't drive the car without good fuel. And when we're stimulating the brain in an effort to rehabilitate somebody, we have to ensure that they're hydrated and that they have the fuel on board for the system to be able to work appropriately. If they don't, then we're missing half of the formula here. So EMF can be used, like I said, in a number of different ways that are incredibly powerful. One of the protocols in the system that is our previous software that we call Neurofield 10 is the inflammation reduction protocol. That one is in the next database. It was initially used to reduce inflammation, and obviously that's why it's called inflammation reduction. As I scroll down into the system here, this is the old software the old girl still runs. But if you get down into all the way down here, you'll see inflammation reduction. You can choose one of these protocols here. Simply enable the sweep, change the sweep time to 10,000, loop it so that you can get enough loops out of it, and then you can run this thing for a period of time over any inflamed area of the body, and it will reduce inflammation, and it usually does it within 24 hours after applying this kind of treatment. It can be used multiple times a day over the belly or over the body, essentially, for up to 60 minutes per treatment. All right. So EMF, a lot of different ways to use it. We use it in conjunction with cranial electrostimulation. We use it in conjunction with neurofeedback, and we use it in conjunction with heart rate variability.